the Republic of Uganda, the Honorable Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, and your team from the ministry, and your technical team led by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, our hosts, the Uganda Tourism Board, the board and management of UTB, the heads of government agencies present here, including, of course, the agencies that are under the Ministry of Tourism, that include the Uganda Wildlife Authority, and the others. Your Excellencies, the ambassadors who are here and present, our hosted buyers, our sponsors, the private sector that is duly represented here by the different associations under which the ministry, and of course all the invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this, the opening ceremony of the 8th Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo. So you're most welcome, but the very first thing I want to request for is that we put our hands together for our chief guest, the Vice President, for making time. Your Excellency, this gives us the drive for the next 3 days when we host thousands that will be joining us for this expo. And we want to warmly welcome you to the Speak Convention Center, where not so long ago we hosted the world. And so we want to welcome all of you, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are joining us from around the world, and I wanted to request on behalf of UTB that our hosted buyers stand up for recognition. We want to recognize you. So all the hosted buyers, please stand for recognition. And I want the Ugandans to clap for you because you are the bosses for the next few days. Our hosted buyers, can we clap and receive them? You're most welcome. Thank you for joining us and thank you for coming to the Pearl. Ladies and gentlemen, today is very exciting and we want to welcome you to the source of the Nile, which is Lake Victoria. We are by the lake, and we're excited that we started a bit early so you could see the lake if you hadn't gotten a view of the lake. This is home of the gorillas, and I saw His Excellency, the Rwanda Ambassador here. So yes, we both have gorillas, so yes. Welcome to the home of gorillas. Welcome to the home of over 1,000 bird species, over 1,000 bird species. And the president of the Tourism Association is here, our chief birder. I want to welcome you to the home of the chimpanzees. And that only place you will find the chimpanzees. That one we are the only ones you must come to, and you will definitely excited that I now can talk about these chimpanzees because I recently went to Chivale National Park, so I'm proud to talk about the chimpanzees. I won't speak about where I stayed because UTB might charge me for the advert. I want to welcome, of course, our CEO and thank you for hosting us. So ladies and gentlemen, tonight is really about beautiful land where we will be sharing in the next few days our beautiful land, the music, the culture, the great food, and I can't wait for you to begin there later today, but also to welcome you, each of you, to this, the beautiful country that sits right in the middle of Africa, and you can connect literally to any part of the world from right here in the middle where we are. So welcome, and once again, we will be entertaining you through this evening. We have our entertainment troupe, the cultural troupe that will be entertaining us tonight. And shortly, we'll dig into the official celebrations to mark the opening of this, the 8th Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo. And of course, we will then have the official opening by our chief guest, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda. So you're most welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I will allow you to settle in quite a bit before we officially start. But I want to welcome all of you. And may I say that for those of you who observed our dress code, we are really proud of you. For everyone who decided to come dressed in their African attire. I will really love you. Can you clap for yourselves? And later tonight, I will be walking around to find out who was the most smartest in their African attire. All right? So if you have a neighbor you think outdid everyone else, let me know. I will come. And we will be able to reward them. I'll talk to Lily and see how to reward you for looking extremely lovely. Lily, I don't know if you've seen how Hubbard looks. I almost thought he had borrowed the outfit from the neighbors, but he said this is Western Uganda, so I will take that. Hubbard, I have seen. Yes, my deputy CEO at UTB. Please stand. I want them to see you, looking extremely regal. Can we receive him? But, Honorable Minister, I must say that this is a mix of cultures.
Wear this, and then she would add a suka on top. But times have changed, so I've decided to modernize it. Have it, but not put a whole entire long thing that is very hard to carry. So I put something a little shorter.
Thank you very much.
So Ugandan.
Yes, you look lovely. Indeed, you really look lovely. Can we receive her, ladies and gentlemen, and appreciate her look? I'll advertise your handle very shortly. I think every day Your Excellency, every day she posts a sunrise from somewhere in Uganda, or a sunset somewhere in this country. And she does a good job marketing this beautiful country. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Please do share the conversations tonight using our hashtag Explore Uganda. You can tag UTB. You can also add Poate24. I think that's the hashtag we are using. And I want to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen. And shortly we'll have the welcome remarks. But for now, allow me let you know your neighbor and ask all the questions you need to ask. And once again, you're most welcome. If you haven't been served, let us know. The fantastic team from the Speak Resort are here to serve you. And I want to request that all our lovely team players from the Speak Resort can begin to check on our guests to ensure they're comfortable. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you're most welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together for Crane performers? We just took you on a very short tour of central Uganda. This is from the Buganda Kingdom. And you know what they did perform for you last is what would be the royal dance for the king. And so you, our hosted buyers, are the kings and queens tonight. And that's why we are performing for you. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, once again for Crane performers. So I have promised that I'll bring them back and we'll try and bring you more dancers from our other regions so that we can respect the different cultures that are here and we've dressed for tonight. So once again, welcome. On behalf of the Uganda Tourism Board, we welcome you to this, the 8th Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo, the opening night. And we are broadcasting live across the local TV channels so that everyone who couldn't be here can join us. Your Excellency, we are broadcasting live on your very own Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. That one is the only one I can announce right now. And on the others, the other stations that are also here tonight. So if you have a friend who would love to see what's happening, let them know. They can tune into their local TV station or they can join us and stream live on the social media platforms of those media houses. I want to now take my singular honor of inviting the CEO of Uganda Tourism Board to come and make welcome remarks. Can we warmly welcome her with a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen?
Thank you very much, Maurice. Our chief guest, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, honorable ministers and members of Parliament present, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Chairman of the African Tourism Board, the board, management and staff of Uganda Tourism Board, Uganda Wildlife Authority, Uganda Wildlife Education Center, Uganda Hotel Tourism and Training Institute, our investors and the representative of the private sector, our special guests, the hosted buyers from all over the world, the media, ladies and gentlemen, I am very excited to welcome you all to the 8th edition of the Pearl of Africa Tourism, Poate 2024. The Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo, Poate, is our signature tourism event organized by Uganda Tourism Board in collaboration with other stakeholders that include Government of Uganda, the different ministries and agencies, developmental partners, and the private sector players. For the 8th time, Uganda's doors are open to 70 hosted buyers, over 5,000 trade visitors and consumers. Since Uganda Tourism Board's inception, 1994, UTB has been dedicated to promoting and marketing Uganda as a premier tourism destination. Our other mandate includes regulating the tourism sector in Uganda by registering and licensing all the tourism business enterprises, and also ensuring that our tourism offerings meet the highest standards. We are very proud to be part of the East African community, working together to promote our region's unique attractions. As we gather here today, I want to express my gratitude to the chief guest, Her Excellency President Alupo, our Minister, Honorable Tom Butime, Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, and the entire Ministry of Tourism leadership for the support extended to us to put this together. Allow me to extend my most sincere appreciation to the Poate 2024 National Organizing Committee, led by none other than our Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Doreen Katusime, and all the members of the National Organizing Committee who are here and whoever might not even be here this evening. You have done an amazing job for us, and a special thanks to the Uganda Tourism Board of Directors for the oversight and ever-present strategic leadership that you offer us. This has been a journey, and a special journey that has brought us to this day. And we have had different trips. We have the hosted buyers that we brought in, we invited as our special guests who are here. They have been on a familiarization trip. We divided them into 6 different groups. A team went to the north, a team went to the east, 2 teams stayed in the central, and we had the other team to the west of Uganda. We have shared just a little bit of what we have with them because they had only 5 days to do this trip, so they couldn't traverse the whole country. But we have given them a glimpse of what this country has to offer. So with that, we hope that the hosted buyers will continue to explore and discover our hidden gems. Just as I was coming here, I met some of them at the reception, and already a couple of the hosted buyers told me they will be extending their stay in Uganda so that they can be able to see more of what we have. So thank you very much. As a person who has visited many other destinations, I'd like to say that Uganda is a destination that I have failed to compare with any other destination in the world. With a very rich cultural heritage, great sceneries, and diverse wildlife experiences, Uganda offers a unique value proposition that sets us apart from all other countries. Our location in the region means that a tourist can experience more variety and diversity on any safari than anywhere else on the continent. We are very grateful to our partners for their invaluable support in marketing destination Uganda. Just last week, Your Excellency, we signed a major partnership with Emirates Airlines, which will help us showcase Uganda's iconic tourist attractions and natural wonders to a global audience. This partnership marks a significant step in our efforts to attract more visitors and to promote the destination Uganda. Since the launch of Explore Uganda, the destination brand, we have seen an increase in the number of visitors to our key sites. We rolled out Explore Uganda campaign in more markets and in different expos, both regionally and internationally. Our plan is to further expand our reach through brand promotional campaign, digital and mainstream media advertising, influencer marketing, and Expo participation. We want to tell the story of our natural heritage, our past, our present, and write the stories of our future. I want in a special way to thank His Excellency the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the honorable ministers who are present. We have had our Minister of State for Tourism who has joined us, Honorable Martin Mugara, you're most welcome. Our private sector players, without whom we would not be able to have this put together, and for all their contribution to the development and promotion of tourism in Uganda. The developmental partners, a special appreciation to you for your contribution to Uganda's tourism sector. A 2021 World Bank report shows that for every dollar that the government of Uganda invests to support nature-based tourism, the economic rate of return is at least 6 times the original investment. With the enormous investment opportunities Uganda has arising from the abundant natural resources, all we need to do is to continue increasingly market destination Uganda as the best tourism destination. The African Risk Reward Index for 2023, compiled by Oxford Economics Africa, ranked Uganda as East Africa's most rewarding economy to invest in because it guarantees investors better returns. Uganda's stellar performance does not stop at the regional level. The country, Uganda, emerged as the 3rd most rewarding economy in the whole continent of Africa. Aware of the enormous potential for business tourism, Uganda Tourism Board has established, with the guidance from the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, the Uganda Convention Bureau, to build Uganda's capacity in meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibition events, which will play a central role in promoting business tourism. To underscore the importance of business tourism, we need to consider the fact that globally, the MICE industry is over $1 trillion value, and Africa is only getting 20 billion out of the over $1 trillion, and that means that it's only 5% so far as a continent that we are tapping in. So let us continue to work together to promote this country and create unforgettable experiences for our visitors. I welcome you all to Poate, Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo 2024, and for everyone else coming out of this country, beautiful country known as the Pearl of Africa, you are most welcome. Explore it, discover it, and connect with us, the Ugandans. Let me take this opportunity to thank you once again and ask that you enjoy your evening. Thank you very much. Thank you once again. At this opportunity, let me take the opportunity to invite the Vice Chair of the Board of Uganda Tourism Board, Mr. Ron Kawamara.
The Vice President, Honorable Minister, Honorable Minister of State, our peers, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome you also to the 8th edition of the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo, Poate. And I would like to request my colleagues, the board members, to please come up. The board members, please, as we take this opportunity to welcome our guests to this version of Poate. Come on up, please. Your Excellency, it's a privilege to have you and to welcome all our guests to this special 8th edition. And I wouldn't be right to not introduce our board. Madam Chairperson is stuck in traffic, so it's my honor to introduce the board. We have our representative from Uganda Civil Aviation, Deputy Director General of the Aviation, who's a board member. Sandra, who represents the Ministry of Finance. Madam Margaret Ojara, who represents those who do arts and crafts in our country. We have Vincent, who represents National Planning Authority on the board. And we have the ministry, very well represented. And lastly, Mr. Masaba from Uganda Wildlife Authority, who also Madam Vice President, we thank you for honoring our invite and for being here. We appreciate our Minister, Honorable Tom Butimi, for the trust and for the support for this event and for Uganda tourism. We appreciate our peers and all the private sector in tourism. We hope that the next 3 days will bring the best of Uganda to showcase. It's a marketplace of all tourism products, a networking event with our buyers, with our practitioners, and we'll see thousands of Ugandans who intend to invest in tourism, who want to be tourists, who want to learn. And our hope is that deals will be made. Our hope is that we will see you coming back again with more people to enjoy the best of Uganda. Welcome, and I wish you a good event. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we once again receive the speech by the board, here represented by the Vice Chair. Thank you so much, board members, and for supporting this management team in putting together this 8th edition of the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo. Your Excellency, the Vice President, while the Vice Chair was speaking, we received the European Union Head of Delegation, His Excellency Jan Sadek. Can we receive him? Warm welcome for His Excellency Jan Sadek. I was just recognizing you, sir. All right. We also did receive, Your Excellency, another dear friend, of Tourism are aware that they supported the short movie. If you haven't watched it, Renzori, The Source of Life, the UNDP resident representative or the country representative who joined us. Yes, she's here. Yes, thank you so much for joining us, and you're most welcome. We have almost everyone in the private sector here, Your Excellency, and among them includes the Executive Director or the CEO of the Private Sector Foundation of Uganda, Stephen Asimwe, who represents the private sector here in Uganda. Stephen, you're welcome. I think I saw you walking in. But also, he is the former CEO of the Uganda Tourism Board. So he's at home. He's come back home. We also did receive, and we have amidst us, the former heads of the Uganda Tourism Board, who were here with us before and continue to support the Tourism Board and continue to support Lily as she does her job. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I really want to welcome you. Those of you watching at home, we have the best person in the house, the Vice President herself, who always wants us to go and visit Eastern Uganda. And while you're going to Moroto, she insists, please pass by Teso on your way to Karamoja, to the Kidepo National Park. Eastern Uganda, for the team, the hosted buyers that have been to Eastern Uganda, I'm sure you had a good time. You have Mount Elgon that has almost one of the world's largest caldera. Extremely beautiful. I've never been there, but I can tell you for a fact that the pictures I've seen from Mount Elgon, for those who've done the 8 days on the mountain, it's one of the most beautiful places in this country. And I promise one day, Lily, we are going there, all right? Vice President, I hadn't seen some ministers who came. We have one of the brand new ministers in the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, the Honorable Nyamtoro. You're most welcome. Thank you for joining us. And she's important, Your Excellency, because part of her investment is within the parks. So I think she has to make sure she comes and we talk about protecting. I know the UA is listening carefully. We must protect the environment within which she operates. So you're welcome, Honorable Minister. I wanted to recognize, Your Excellency, somebody who has been a big ambassador for tourism. I really fear approaching him because he is Uganda's world champion at kickboxing. Mr. Kickboxing himself, Golola Moses, please stand for recognition. Thank you very much for joining us. And I think for those of you who don't know, he's come with his belt. So he's the perfect guy to take a picture with on our board at the back. So make sure you find a moment with our kickboxing champion, Moses Golola, who continues to be one of the tourism ambassadors in this country. I want to invite the crane performers back, but please stay away from the podium now. Just stay down here. The stage is for the VIPs. Just stay, please, crane performers. applause for the crane performers. This time, this particular dance is from Western Uganda. And to be exact, this is from Toro. And I'm not so sure, Your Excellency, I'm not so sure if the minister had bribed the crane performers so they could perform his dance, Your Excellency. But this was a dance from Toro, and at some point I thought the minister would join them. But I think he was being very diplomatic since he's hosting us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I really want to welcome all of you. May I request that we appreciate our sponsors. A round of applause for our sponsors tonight. They really include almost all our fantastic hotels and lodges that are within the park, but also include our airlines, both the Uganda Airlines and other airlines that fly through Entebbe Airport. We want to appreciate them. But most importantly, I want us to appreciate Uganda Breweries. And the managing director is here, Mr. Andrew Kilonzo. Thank you so much. Because they were the platinum sponsors. And so that is the only reason I've picked them out, platinum sponsors. Other sponsors, please, next time if you're platinum, I'll mention you. All right? I see some of the sponsors saying, you should have said, yes, I'll try. I'll look at the list again. All right? Your Excellency, tonight, I need to mention this, that we have women in tourism and young people in tourism. All of them are here tonight, and we really want to appreciate them. In the last 3-4 years, post-COVID, we've seen a huge number of young people coming into the sector, and they have changed the face of communication on social media, because every single day, I see a lot of information about Uganda online, all right? So I really want to appreciate the young people. I think their chair is here. He's my namesake, so I'll introduce him. Mr. Mugisha Elliott, thank you so much for what you're doing online and your team. We appreciate what you're doing. And Your Excellency, it goes without saying, members of the Fourth Estate. Can we appreciate the media for the support they give to the tourism sector? Your Excellency, I now know where the media is, somewhere there. But it's also very clear that all the drinks are going there, I think. As usual. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take the pleasure of inviting the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities to come make her remarks. I will then request her to invite the Honorable Minister, and then request the Honorable Minister to invite our guest of honor to speak to us. Can we welcome the Permanent Secretary, ladies and gentlemen?
Can you hear me? Every time Maurice was speaking, I felt like the sound was not coming out very well. But I hope you can hear me. Our chief guest, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, the Minister of State, all the ministers that have joined us, the chairman of African Tourism Board, members of the diplomatic corps, ambassadors, high commissioners, we deeply appreciate you. All our development partners, the heads of UNDP and all our other development partners, the chairperson and board of Uganda Tourism Board, distinguished captains of industry, our private sector in tourism, our staff of the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, and our agencies, all here present, the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you all. I want in a special way to welcome and recognize all our hosted buyers. If you don't mind, would you like to stand up for recognition? Everybody who is here as a hosted buyer. Thank you very much. Hosted buyers.